Okay, I think we're back. Are we back? I think we're back. When you say we are back, I will launch. I will.
Quick question. Are we technically an army or are we raiders?
We're Army Raiders.
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome everybody to the Angry Joe Show Sunday Skirmish.
Sunday.
Welcome to the hobby. We would love to have you join us playing some tabletop, playing some board games on this week's episode. As you can see, we've got set up here, lovely setup, Fallout Factions, Nuka World. This is a starter set, Battle for Nuka World here. Okay, comes with 2 factions, 10 miniatures in each. The operators versus the pack. I'll be playing Angry Army Raiders as the operators, and Jay over there is going to be the pack. So this is kind of like a campaign game, and we have actually named our crew, and we're playing with a few people who signed up in chat. And this is the first time we're playing, so this is a learning session. It's probably going to be slow going.
Yeah.
I got the weird, creepy music going on here from Fallout 1 and 2. I'll skip ahead here, see if I can find some good stuff. Yeah, this is good stuff. Okay, so there's another game that Modifius, right, is Modifius sells. It's Wasteland Warfare, and that one has, I think the rules are more complex. There's lots of different die types, and it kind of was daunting for me. But when I heard that there's a more simple version, a more skirmish with more miniatures involved and easier to play, Fallout Factions, I had to play it. This came out a while ago. I only just now got a painted set at my own cost here, so hopefully it's good. If it is, then I might consider picking up more because they've cross-linked them. You can use miniatures from Wasteland Warfare in Fallout Factions, and I think Factions to Wasteland Warfare, though you have to have rules for it. I think they offer the rules. But yeah, so let's see how this goes. It's a game akin to Necromunda from Games Workshop, or like a Kill Team, or the, like, you know, where there's like a campaign narrative going from bit to bit. And the campaign in this is that we are in Nuka World, and there's 5 little areas, and then the wasteland of Nuka World. Jay, where are we fighting today?
What was it? The
Rock Gulch. So the Dry Rock Gulch is where we're fighting today. Let me see if I can get this on camera, because it's got a little campaign system. So here's what we're fighting over. Nuka World, 5 different areas.
It's very green.
Yeah, depending on
Why is it so green?
Yeah, it's not that green in Fallout, if you know the Fallout universe. Maybe that's before everything blew up. But depending on where you are, you'll get different equipments and different things that'll happen in the game. So since we're in the Dry Rock Gulch, I'll read that. Ain't no need for those fancy laser guns here, partner. A 6-shooter, a glass of whiskey, cowboy hat, and explorer spirit is all you need to call Dry Rock Gulch home. Just be aware, at high noon, all sorts of gunslingers come a-calling, so best keep your finger on that trigger. So things that can happen here is bloodworm attacks. And so I've got some bloodworms right here, some Tyrannid swarms that can show up. And then high noon shootouts. If anybody's out in the wide open, then there's 2 bonus dice against that person instead of 1. And in addition, your models don't have to take any confusion tests if one of your models is incapacitated by a ranged attack that gains that wide open bonus. Because normally if somebody dies right next to you, then you panic a little bit. You get confused. So here is my crew. My crew are the Angry Army Raiders. My faction is the Operators. There's 3 factions in the game. There's the crew, or the pack, which Jay is. There's the Operators, and then there's the Disciples. And I guess maybe in an expansion there's more or something, because where's the Brotherhood? I want to play the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I want that power armor and stuff. But let's see if the game's good first. So in my crew, I've got, let me try to point them out to you so that you'll know where they're at in the game when we start here. I've got Angry Joe is right here. Angry Joe's right here. Other Joe is right here with a rocket launcher. I've got Alex in a zoot suit over here with a combat rifle. I've got Melissa with a sniper rifle over here. I've got, let's see, a hard KV. Fat guys, let's see. I'm going to need to figure out everybody right now, actually. This is good. So, marksman rifle, pistol bat. Pistol bat. There's Elf 3 with the pistol bat. And then there's Hard KV with the pistol bat. Okay. And then the rest are shotguns and rifles. Wastelander here with a combat rifle. The Ice is with a combat shotgun over there. The Ice has. Lord Ganon here with... Where's Lord Ganon? Somewhere. And then, yeah. So we'll figure it out as we go along. And then here's Jay's crew. Jay, who's on your crew, damn it?
I don't know. Just a bunch of randos.
Okay, at least tell me your made men and your leaders.
Okay, so
point them out.
This one right here is me. This is
that's Jay right there. What do you got?
The leader with the Death Claw.
Ooh.
And a pistol.
Okay.
And then the Flamer. He's one of the top dogs. My top dogs.
Okay.
He's got a Flamer. The other top dog is right here with the sledgehammer and a predator grenade.
Yeah.
And then some psychos. 3 psychos with pistols and bats.
Yeah.
And they have pistols and bats.
Yes.
One
You got them named, right?
scavenger. Yeah, one
Just
scavenger
curious.
with
we'll do it as we go along. But I actually need
with
to
the
figure
sawed-off.
out my guys.
with the sawed off.
Yeah.
Right there. I do have one Wastelander. This one Wastelander is my lowly guy with just a pistol. And actually, that's going to be Tav right there. Because
Tavoons is here.
He's going to go out
Good.
there.
I was hoping that Tavoons was
He's
here.
going to go out there in the front.
Yeah, my Wastelander
and
is
be a bullet shield for us.
Elf 3. All right, let me figure this out, guys, because I need to know my people in chat so that I can know who's who. So this is Other Joe, Melissa, Alex, and me. These 4 are very easy. This one is Elf 3 because it's got the bat. So that leaves 5 more. So Hard KV is this badass over here. So that's Hard KV. Fat Guy Say, he's a shotgun. Fat Guy Say is going to be the hot girl. And she's throwing a grenade. Okay? And that's a shotgun. And then Elf is the pistol bat. And then Lord Ganon, or Genon. And then Wastelander and Ice Az. So the Ice Az is this blonde right here with a shotgun. That's the Ice Az. The blonde with a combat rifle, that is Wastelander. And then finally, Lord Genon. Lord Genon marksman rifle here. Now I know everybody, and we are good to go. So, as the attacker, I get the first action.
Cool.
So, let us begin the game. Let's go. And then, let's see if I can make a battle report out of this. I'll take this. All right. So, everybody, chat, has a special. Everybody's special. SPECIAL. That's their stats. And if you look at the C rating, that's charisma. That's how many inches away you can also order somebody with you. So that's kind of important. I don't think we put enough terrain because there's nothing in. If I were to move across here, you have all this terrain, and you can easily get behind this. And I'm like all out in the open. We got to do a better job of when I set up trying to do asymmetric or not asymmetric, symmetric. Where if I put something here, it's got to mirror something on the other side because all my guys are kind of out in the open. There's no areas to take cover to.
Well, either way.
Well, you have plenty of cover here and here.
If I stay there, yeah.
I guess it's just kind of an awkward area to engage in. But Donkey lips, donkey face.
And then
Tavoons, Jay, make sure your first action is smart this time. Where is Tavoons? Show me Tavoons.
right
so
here. Out in the open.
Yeah. There's Tavoons. Running out in the open.
Pretty much everybody has to do that if you want to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So I moved those 3.
Okay. If you will do this, I know it's laborious, but let's try it for one of these.
All right.
And you know to flip the screen, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to press the red button once it's ready to go. It takes about a little bit.
All right, so my small team right here of the pack have moved up, just a normal movement, so we can check out this special item. We can search the special item and try to get into some close combat ranges, which is going to take a minute, but we'll see.
Sounds good. Okay, in response, so wary is the red. A model's fatigue is shown by placing tokens. The wary side is red, and it shows it has taken 1 fatigue, and the exhausted side of the token is showed that it has taken 2 fatigue. During play, a model can take fatigue in 2 ways: performing an action, or suffering fatigue, negative consequence as a result of an action by an enemy model. Okay. All right, so next, who is available to go and kill Tavoons or try to kill Tavoons? We don't want to give them position. Hard KV has a charisma of 4 inches, so if I were to order a move, he can move both me. Oh, I'm the leader, so I would be ordering him.
You can order
and I got
him.
5 inches here, so I can order these 2.
Yeah.
But the shooting order is not as good. What you're doing is you're just making one attack better. I think I would rather shoot with multiple people, you know, as the course of battle goes along, rather than, you know, just getting one. But it might be a good idea to try to get some shots off. So 12 inches for my pistol, which is enough to get maybe one guy. What is this? Hard KV is 10 inches, so he is not within range. That sucks. What about this shotgun from Fat Guy? 10 inches. Maybe, but probably movement right now rather than shooting. Yeah, we're gonna go movement rather than shooting. So Angry Joe is going to order 2 people. I can order up to 5 people because I've got charisma 5. I'm going to order myself 8 inches in here, in the window there. He will go 8 inches in that window here. And then this one will, Fat Guy say, 8 inches that way. I'd have to go here and get a little bit of cover.
Why don't you just go for that?
Well, doesn't that take an action to pick up? I think yeah, you have to take an action to rummage. And
I mean, you're right there. Yeah.
I'll go right there. So that's mine. And these are Okay, in response to Jay's aggressive movement over here with Tavoons, I decided Angry Joe is going to order the 3 people next to him. Me and Hard KV jumped into the saloon and are sticking our guns out the window. And Fat Guy came up alongside of the wall here with a shotgun, and we are standing at the ready. Here we go. Here we go.
Alright, let's move these guys. Psycho right here.
We got a whole mess of people coming at us. That's scary.
All right.
Hold the line.
Yeah.
Who else moved here? This guy?
That guy and those 3. Yeah.
You got basically 1 chance to shoot them down, boys, or they are going to hurt you. Okay. Jay, narrate this.
All right, so in response to Joe moving over there on my flank, I had to push up. My guys are not shooters for the most part, so I need to get in close combat with them. So I had to close the distance. We'll see who goes first next turn.
Yeah, we got it's going to be nerve-wracking right there. That might be a huge turn of events. Okay. All right, let's go to the next activation. Okay, let's see if Melissa does have some kind of range on anybody. Rifle. Is that 20 or 30? I'm going to go and check. Marksman's handmade rifle, 30.
Nice.
So she can. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. She can get that guy, or she can get this guy. I think she's going to sniper shot this guy here because he has a red thing on him. I don't know if the red thing helps me or hurts me, but Melissa is going to fire, and I'm going to see should she do supporting fire from Alex. I'm going to look up supporting fire to see if that... Now, can she get other Joe? Melissa is 4 inches. She could, but I think other Joe needs to fire his rocket separately. So let's see whether Alex will support her or not. Or Alex might need to do... Yeah, Alex might need to do some work over there. She does work that way. Yeah, so Melissa's firing at this guy. Who's this guy?
That's just a scaver.
Yeah, but you didn't name him?
No.
Okay. Put Sohu. Soju. It's S-O-H-U. That's who it is. Okay, Melissa. This is how we fire in the game. I don't know how you fire in the game.
I don't either.
Oh, you go and look at
the dice.
The dice. It is 2P, so I only get 2 dice.
2 dice, right.
Perception. Her perception is 4. So you get 2 dice to try to hit 4s or below. There is something called aim 3. Aim plus 3. Let's check what that is. Aim. When making an attack with this weapon, a model can take a fatigue to add X bonus dice, 3, to the attack. Well, we're definitely doing that. So I'll now give me 1 red. Give me 1 red. So now she goes from 2 to 3, but she has to take a fatigue, so she goes to exhausted. Yep. All right. Next is you make the roll. Next is you figure out how much luck Melissa has. Melissa only has 1 luck, so you replace one of the dice with a luck dice. And because these luck dice are showing up really poorly on the camera, I'm going to go ahead and switch them to my black
The
dice.
black D10s. Yeah.
My black D10s, which are over here. Okay, so you replace one with a black D10. And in this case, the 0. So the 10 is that. You don't want the skull and bones, you want the 1. Okay.
All right, let's see if we can hit something.
All right, Melissa firing at Sohu. Soju. Why is it Jew? J-U. That says H-U.
Soju is a drink. You not know that?
I feel like I've heard of it. Oh, missed 1 dice. Okay, she got 2 hits. In this game, you want to roll low. So all of these miss. So we remove these. The luck dice hit. So what that means is you roll 1 additional. Unfortunately, it also missed. So 2 hits total. And then that goes against your endurance, which the endurance of Sohu
is...
And he's a what? Scaver?
Yeah, 4.
So that's under, which means you only get, this model suffers 1 harm if this causes excess harm. So the harm is this token, so you only get 1 harm, which means effectively nothing until the harm gets up a lot. Harm represents minor wounds and wariness, which makes a model more likely to be injured by subsequent attack. To show how much harm a model has suffered, place a harm token next to it. Any harm that is beyond... Most models have a harm limit of 3, so if you go beyond 3, then you will take the injury. Okay. All right. We just need to figure out what the injury token is. Is there an injury token in the game?
I think it's you just mark it off right here because it's.
Oh, you mark it on the chart.
Yeah,
okay.
the little heart on the first part of the chart.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Oh, and how many? And it's up to whatever you have, because most people only have 1 or 2 or 3. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So. Let's see.
We got flash flow and warning.
Yeah. Sucks. All right. Melissa takes a shot at Sohu and just causes 1 harm.
So how many harm equal injury?
3.
Okay.
Or the 4th one kills him. The fourth one applies an injury, which you would cross off.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Which, interestingly enough, I guess when you're trying to cause as much harm, let's just, for example, let's run an example where, let's say that I had gotten Alex to help in what's called a supporting fire. So
you just add 1 dice to that.
Is it just a 1 dice?
Yeah, you add the 1 dice to it.
Have you read that?
That's where when we watched the video, that's what he said. So. Gotcha.
Declare supporting fire. An active player can choose a number of their unengaged models within the active's control area to declare they will give supporting fire. Each model that gives supporting fire must take fatigue, so I would give him a little fatigue. The maximum number of models is equal to the charisma that can add. Okay. So you're going to be in range. Supporting fire represents other crew members opening up with sporadic bursts to put pressure on the target. Grenades and heavy weapons are too precious to be used haphazardly, which is why the target has to be within range of a pistol or rifle. Add 1 bonus die for each model that is giving supporting fire. I see. Yeah. I don't think I want to give supporting fire because that kind of takes away from him. All right, it's on you.
All right. I guess I'll move these 3 up. Or over. I'm done.
Okay, then Jay moved these 3 guys up.
Yep.
Alongside that right there to perhaps provide supporting fire and cover and help on his flank. Okay, let's see what's next. All right. That's a lot of guys going at my leader and, things. So I'm getting a little nervous over here on that flank. So let's have Alex open up fire. Alex is firing. Let's try to thin out the herd over here. Let's grab this guy who's going to be out in the open. And that just adds a bonus die. So whatever Alex's dice are, 4P. So 4 plus a bonus dice.
So there's no intervening terrain? Is that a
Oh,
thing?
I don't know. Let's look that up. That would...
Yeah.
Well, the intervening terrain is I don't get the open bonus.
Yeah.
So you're not open to Alex.
Okay.
You'd be open to maybe somebody else, but not Alex. So I don't get the bonus die. Instead, it's just 4P.
Okay.
One of these is a luck because Alex has...
I thought he's 2 luck.
He's got 2 luck.
Yeah.
So we gave him 2 luck dice. And he's rolling 4 dice and taking a shot.
Looking for what, 4s or 5s?
Alex is looking for... What is it? What did I say? 4P. His P is 6.
Oh, wow.
So 6s or below.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, Alex has got 3 hits. And it's 2 hits on his lucks. So he rolls 2 additional die, which also all hit.
Yep.
So that's 5 hits versus that target. This guy's here. Who is he?
This is my sledge.
He's one of your good guys.
Yeah.
And what's his endurance?
His endurance is 4.
Okay, he takes an injury and when you equal or greater the model's endurance, the model suffers an injury and 1 harm. Now, can that guy take an injury?
Yeah. You can take 1.
He can only take 1. Okay, so Alex manages to fire and kill or hurt that guy. Here, Alex went ahead and he saw all the people on this right flank helping, so he went to put some fire on that gentleman there who's running with the bat and actually hit him, gave him a wound and 1 harm. Okay. Here you go.
I'm done.
Okay. You're done.
Is that turn 2?
Taking a turn. At the start of a turn, an active player picks one of their models that is not exhausted. So you can still pick. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. It's exhausted. Gotcha. Okay. I only have 2 people left. Let's maybe fire a rocket. Other Joe is going to fire a rocket. I don't know how far the rockets go. Other Joe, rockets go 26.
That's pretty much everywhere.
Okay, and the rocket has an area of 3. So if he chooses this guy, he's going to get all of them. This is going to be an epic thing if Joe can pull this off.
So you're going to get your guys too?
Well, I'm targeting this gentleman here.
Oh, you changed it?
Yeah, I didn't change it. I said him. And we'll see if he can hit with his rocket launcher. Here we go. How does the rocket launcher work? Well, Other Joe takes 4 dice, 4A. What is A? Agility. Other Joe has 4 on agility, so he would need 4s or below. Other Joe has a luck of 2, so we're replacing 2 of these dice with luck dice. And we're going to fire the rocket. But before we do, let's look up these special rocket things. Area 3 and slow. Area 3 means when making an attack with this weapon, the active player nominates a target point on the battlefield instead of a target model. This must be a visible point on the battlefield or a terrain feature. Each model from either crew within X of the chosen target point counts as a target model. To make a single attack for which no bonus dice can be applied, then resolve the inflict damage for each target in order chosen by the active player. Okay. And then the other one is slow. A model can only make 1 attack action with this weapon per round. Okay. Alright, Joe is firing the rocket over here. And he needs 4s or below.
Cool.
And it affects everybody within 3, so we do it individually for each guy, is how I read it. So we roll for this guy first, then we roll for that guy, then we roll for that guy.
All right.
Okay, so Joe firing the rocket and hitting. Let's roll for this guy first. Nothing. That guy manages to get out of the way. This guy here in green.
You got 1.
Another nothing, Joe. God dang it, Joe. 1 hit. So that would only put a harm on him. And then finally, this guy. This is the weakest, wildest rocket shot yet.
Iron Man Phoenix.
Iron Man Phoenix, thank you for gifting a sub. Here we go. Last guy. Come on, Joe. Kill one.
That's a good roll.
Jesus, Joe. Of course, OJ's luck. Just, I don't think the luck dice ever hit, did they?
No.
Yeah, because I didn't roll any yet. So only 1 hit. So 1 harm. So really, just these guys got lucky. The rocket probably hit behind them, threw some debris, some various dust kicked up, and hit them in the back of the head. So that's Joe's activation. Your go, or it's my go because you got nothing left.
Yep.
Final bit is Wastelander over here, and trying again at those guys that we've been firing at. Let's see if we can get one that's already kind of hurt. So this is 4P with 1 luck and needing 4s or below. God, I'm rolling really bad today. Like, I think this is a high rolling game.
Yeah.
This is a low rolling game. So Jay is getting real lucky. All right, that's it. So I've moved all my guys. Jay has moved all his guys. And let's see what happens if there's kind of an end phase or what. Rounds. Taking a turn, passing actions. I think that's it. And then we just go back to attacker versus defender.
What about all the fatigues or whatever they are?
Right. I need an area in the rules that they're going to tell me.
Because if those stick
How
around,
do you?
yeah, if those stick around,
No, they don't. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
Okay. Once they do not wish to make any more action, the turn ends and the other crew takes their turn, and this continues until the round ends.
Okay.
Yes, but then what happens at the end? Go into advanced rules. What do you just put it in the rule book right there next to everything, and now we're in a different chapter. What?
Ooh, silver.
Jay, can you help me there? That was Silver Lightning. What faction are you choosing in this game? If you're talking about Fallout factions, I have the operators and Jay has the pack. If you've played before, you need to tell us, is there an end phase? Because we can't find it. We just got through our first turn. Everybody's activated. We need to see something in the rulebook that says, okay, now refresh all of your bullshit. I don't see anything like that. Which is quite weird. You would think that that would be the first thing on there. You know, that's how you organize your rulebook. You go, what do you do on a turn? What do you do at the end of the turn? And then you do all the advanced rules. For some reason, it's structured where here's what you do on a turn, and then it never talks about the end of the turn, and then it goes on to advanced rules, scenarios. It's like, wait, what? Am I crazy, Jay, or?
As taking a turn, facing.
You know, my assumption is that these clear, but then what happens to purples? They would probably clear down to red. Red would clear down to nothing. But, you know, we need to see that in the rules.
Yeah.
I can't believe that would... That's so weird.
Inflicting damage, advanced rules.
You see what I'm saying, Jay?
Yeah.
There needs to be a subsection that says end of the round.
Yeah.
Because it's really important who goes next. Like, some games have a roll-off so that you could take priority and you could fuck me up on my right flank. I can't find it.
It says right here, all fatigue tokens are removed at the end of each round, but some rules allow models to recover fatigue before then.
All fatigue tokens. All fatigue tokens. Okay.
A model that is exhausted cannot gain any more fatigue. This means take fatigue, so it cannot perform any actions, gain any bonuses that would require to do so. All right. So what's the what's the
fuck?
penalty for
Right.
fatigues?
Right. Wait. Okay, so we need to define what is a fatigue token.
That's these ones. The red.
It's both red and
No,
purple?
Purple is exhausted. So purple is 2 fatigues, which is exhausted,
Right.
and you can't ever go above that.
But what you read is remove all fatigue tokens.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So you're telling me once you exhaust, you're exhausted for the rest of the game?
No, once you're exhausted, you would go down. You would remove one, because
say that.
it counts as remove all. Yeah, it says remove all fatigue tokens.
Yeah.
All fatigue tokens.
So I need to
removed,
get the
but
definition of
some
a fatigue
rules-
token somewhere, because exhaust tokens might be fatigue tokens as well. You have wary and you have exhaust, but they might fall under the umbrella of fatigue.
They are. They're just 2 fatigues.
So
Exhaust is
when
2
you're-
fatigue.
No. So when you remove all fatigue tokens, that means both the purples and the reds come off. What is the point in a purple? Well, the purple makes you more likely, if you get hit with a bullet, you die already. Because if you already have an exhaustion, there's something in the rules that say if you have an exhaust token and you take a hit, then you're out. So these guys are more at risk if they were to take hits than yours. But then at the end of a round, all the fatigue tokens go away, is how I'm understanding it. But let me grab the rule book
Yeah,
after
it's right
you.
there.
Where was it again? Right here,
there.
fatigue and
Yeah.
exhaustion?
Yeah.
During play, models can gain fatigue in 2 main ways. A model can take fatigue by performing an action or gaining a bonus. A model can suffer fatigue. A model's fatigue is shown by placing fatigue tokens. Yeah, so they're called fatigue tokens.
Mm-hmm.
All fatigue tokens are removed at the end of each round, but some rules allow models to recover fatigue before that. So, yeah, I was right. So all fatigue tokens, even purples, go away. But that doesn't tell me who goes next. Is it the turn order never changes?
No, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Can you remove those for
Yep.
me? I think the turn order never changes, but the rulebook's actually great except for that one missing area.
Yeah.
I feel like
Just a good explanation of
On the round.
turn or round, yeah.
oh,
order,
maybe it's
round
maybe
order,
it's
or
right
turn
under
order.
rounds. Okay, here, let me just read right under rounds. Oh, it has to do with the initiative token. So what you would have done, because you had no guys and I was still going, you would have took the initiative token.
Okay.
Which means now you get to go first, which I don't want you to go first because you're going to beat my ass over here. But I didn't know that's how it worked. At any point, a player can decide to pass instead of taking blah, blah, blah. They might have run out of things to do. Once a player has passed, I don't know.
So basically,
I need to read the part where it says take it, because I read that once somewhere else. When a player passes, they take the initiative token. So you would have passed
Yeah.
because you didn't have any other guys.
but
So when you pass, you took the initiative token.
I think I could have, even with the fatigue guys, done another action to get them to exhausted. Because once you're exhausted, you can't do anything else.
Okay, hold on. Let's check the wording on that, because I think you might be right.
Yeah. So I could have moved.
So technically, everybody has 2 action. God
Yeah.
damn it, we fucked.
Well, you could have 2 action. You don't have to. Because if you do the 1 action, it'll exhaust you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we messed it up a little bit.
I mean, not really.
We
but
played
we're
both
alright.
the same. Yeah, because here you would have hit me even sooner, because you had red and I had purple.
Yeah.
Meaning you could go right now and slam into me
Yeah.
before the turn. But I had red over here, and I could have continued shooting you from the windows and killed, you know, killing all those people. So, I mean, we could still finish. We could still do it right if you remember all the.
Yeah, everybody
all the
was,
bits.
Everybody was ready.
The only one that was purple over here was Melissa because she was taking aim. Now, I was firing with. I fired with Melissa, then it was Alex, and then it was Joe, and then it was that one. But you really could have gone, you know. But then I wouldn't have, you know, fired in that particular way.
Right.
So we would have to, you know.
It's fine. Just we'll go to the next round. Because
back it up.
Yeah, we'd have to back it up, but that's fine. We'll just go to the next round. I'm okay with this.
If you're going to the next round, then we have to clear all the tokens.
Yeah.
Because this is still round 1.
Yeah, but you would. You would like go twice. You don't just do one and then stop.
I can actually fix this. We have to go all the way back, and we have to remove. Joe never fired the rocket at you, so these guys never took that damage. Melissa fired at this guy, and then that's when it stopped. I went to Alex, and Alex fired at that guy and gave that guy damage. So after Melissa fired, it's your turn.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't think you can. Once you finish it, I think you're done.
No, you were right initially when you said that you could still take actions on somebody that's not exhausted. The red tokens are called weary. The purple are called exhausted. And when you go over to actions, it says that you can take an action with a model that's not exhausted.
Is there a charge? Does this game have a charge, or do you have to move into?
Charge. You have to move into close combat.
And then, so that's 2 actions then.
Right, which means move in, you're wary. You could still, and then activate again, and you have to fight. You go purple, and you get to do your fight.
Yeah, that shit's.
Yeah, so at the start of the turn, the active player picks one of their models that is not exhausted. So you could still pick wary. So we backed it up all the way to, you know, you're going, I'm going, you're going, I'm going. So you went, I shot at this guy, now it's your turn.
Well, I could have just said pass all the time, and
well, if you passed right now, you would get the initiative token in order to go first next time. But that doesn't make sense. You can kill me here.
No, I can't.
So it's your turn. Yeah, let me show you how. So it's your turn. You would say, I'm going to pick this guy. He is going to. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you've got pistols, right?
I got pistols. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, shoot pistols. All 3 of these can put a pistol shot into my guys.
Yeah, their pistols suck though.
They're better than nothing.
They're 3s.
They're better than nothing. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. And when you take the initiative, then you can charge me first. So either you say, well, I'm not going to bother firing with pistols. No, there's no reason not to fire with your pistols. Because you could get your pistol shots, and then you could try to take the initiative before I take the initiative so that you can ensure that these guys will charge next turn.
Yeah, I guess.
There's a lot of options. But it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I don't. That's fine. I'll do what you said. So I'll just shoot.
Pistols?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've got a choice. Are you going to go one guy pistoling or one guy with 2 bonus dice?
One guy pistoling because it's just
One on one on
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this guy first against this guy?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's cycle. We'll say cycle 1. He's got 1 pistol is 3A, right? And then 1. Give me one of the black dice. 1 luck dice. All right. And he needs 3s. So I got 1.
Yep.
On that one.
Okay. Got 1 on that one.
Yeah.
So that's a harm.
And then I get to shoot again because it's fast, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. You definitely get to shoot again. However, because you took that, it went to that. And I think because you're exhausted, you don't get the fast. Otherwise, you would get the fast. A model with this weapon can make up to 2 open fire or brawl actions within a turn, as long as both actions use his weapon. So you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So second one,
You said pistols suck.
they do suck because I didn't hit anything. Not that
Oh,
one.
well, you have to hit 3.
All right. The next guy.
All right, the next guy is targeting who? The same person that was hurt?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Makes sense.
Got 1.
No?
Yeah, 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was on your luck die,
Oh.
so you get another roll.
3. That's
So
another.
that's, 2 hits versus my
Yep.
elf. Who
It's
has
still under,
endurance,
so it's
4
just
still
1.
under.
Yeah.
So then we flip that to 2.
Right. And then the second shot.
Yeah. 1.
1.
Which
It's still
is
under.
still under,
And
so
it
that
goes up
goes to 3.
3.
And then if it takes 1 more, that's when this one takes an injury and potentially dies.
I thought it was 3.
No, you can't. The maximum you can take is 3.
Right.
If you take 1 more, then that's when you die.
Okay.
Most models have a harm limit of 3. This means that the model cannot suffer any more than 3 harm.
Okay. Okay.
Any harm beyond this is called excess harm. So you got 1 guy left.
Yeah. With this.
Oh, but actually, before that guy activated, remember it's my turn. So we'll just say this guy activated. So let me activate.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Angry Joe is going to
Oh, you're
fire,
gonna
fire through the window, and I'll switch that. Fire at this guy. Let's see. Let's get this guy because he's out in the open.
Okay.
These guys will be covered by that, but this one is out in the open. Let me see if I even have range. Yeah. And Angry Joe, my boss, is plasma pistol 5P. And my P is 6 or below. Oh, no, it's not 5. It's 4. 4A, rather. Sorry. A is 5 or below. It's CQB and fast. And it has CQB and fast. So I can fire it 2 times like you did with each. And it's just 4 dice. So here we go. Firing.
What's your luck?
It's firing my plasma pistol. My luck is something. So I'm firing a plasma, which is... Luck is 2? No, 3. Oh, you kidding me?
1.
All of them go down. Just 1 on that first one, which gives you a harm.
Yep.
And then, but it is fast, so it gets that second shot. That's more like it. All hits. This one, we might have a explosion. Here we go. And then I roll, because these luck dice hit, I only got 1 additional on that. That sucks. So that's 5 total.
Yeah.
I needed 6 to double you, right?
Right. No, not 6 to double me. You needed 4 to get over.
4. Oh, that's a 4
Yeah, so
guy.
he's got 1 wound. Yeah.
Okay, so your harm goes up to a 2.
No, he's got a wound. His
No.
harm.
Not even firing at that guy. I'm firing at the guy behind him.
Oh.
Out in the open. I forgot
Okay.
my bonus die. Hold on, I actually need a bonus die, which is 1 red because you're out in the open. That didn't do anything. So
Oh.
it's just 5 total to the guy that's
So
out in the
he
open.
he dies.
Why?
Because he only has 1.
He only has. What's his endurance?
It doesn't matter because you beat it.
What's your
He does 1 wound.
What's your endurance?
His endurance is 3.
Oh, 3. So I have to double it in order to kill him,
No,
and I only got 5.
no, you only
So
have to
it's
get over to do 1 wound, right?
No. Oh, you're right. Model suffers an injury
Right.
and 1 harm. I don't like the names of all this
Yeah,
stuff is
it's-
throwing me off.
yeah.
So an injury are significant wounds, and when you suffer an injury, mark one of the injury boxes on its roster entry with a pencil.
Right.
If the number of marked injury boxes equal the model's health, it is incapacitated.
Right.
So in this
He's done.
case, he's done. So.
You killed Tav.
All right. I killed Tavoon. That was Tavoon's?
Yeah.
No way. with a rifle. Oh,
A plasma pistol.
A plasma pistol had something special called Meltdown. I want to read it just for Tavoon.
It's like overcharge.
At the end of the inflict damage, the opposing player makes a meltdown test for the target, 2E against endurance. If they score fewer hits than the amount of harm that the target suffers an injury. So at the end of the opposing player. So for example, roll 2 red dice and do your E. Endurance is what?
Endurance is 3.
So 3 or lower.
1,
You
3.
got 1, 3. If you scored fewer hits than the amount of harm that you currently have, you explode in a shower of melt. So you melt.
Yeah. Cool.
So in that case, you would have melted.
It would have taken another wound.
Or you
basically.
Oh, yeah,
That's
because
to
you
get
were only
another
at
wound,
1
basically.
harm, and then
Yeah.
I hit you a second time. If you are at 2 harm, then you would have died right there. Wacky. Okay. Anyways, I'm done with my guy, but then that's when you came over here and did this guy, and then shot that one and brought him to 3. Now it's my turn. I can't use any of these guys, but I can go back over here.
Cool.
And use the second guy, hard KV. I'm gonna fire hard KV against one of those, against the front guy. He's not out in the open. How far away is he? He's about 10 inches. Hard KV has 10 inches, 3 dice. CQB and fast. So 3A. A is a 3 or below. This sucks. Only 1 hit. So 1 harm.
Okay.
And then that's a 10, right?
Yeah.
So no hits, just 1 self-harm. Your turn.
I'll shoot that guy over there.
Okay, at the person who already has 3 harm, so you have the highest chances of killing. So if you do any harm at all,
Yeah.
you're gonna kill him.
We'll see. Here we go.
3s.
Got 2.
2 of them, and this. We have our first death.
Second death.
Second death, it's L3. I'm so sorry, L3. I couldn't save ya.
Oh.
And Jay, who was your first person to die?
Tav.
Taboons, that's
Tav.
right. Okay.
Baboons.
All right.
He was going to get the loot and win for us, too.
Damn. Okay, so now we move on to. So you shot there.
Flip that, yeah.
Flip that. Let's get fat guy. Fat guy, say. Fat guy, let's shoot at that guy that has the green on him. Let's see if you're in range. We got. Nope, just out. That's 10 inches. And your weapon is 10 inches. So unfortunately, can't do that. I can do the Alex thing. Let's get Alex over here. Whoops. So Alex is gonna fire, and Alex is one of my good guys for P, and P is 6 or below. Wow. Okay, Alex is shooting at that guy.
What's his luck? 2,
His
right?
luck is 2. Thank you.
Nice. 3? Oh no, those are 7s.
And then there's the luck die. Nothing. So 2.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
He needs to move up.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hiding behind there.
Okay.
That was you, Jay? Where's Jay?
No, over here.
Okay.
Out and open.
Can Alex still hit you? Yeah, I think. All right, Alex is firing at Jay.
What's the range? He's got like a lot of range, right? 20?
Yeah,
Something
he's
like
got
that?
24 range.
24. Yeah, he's good.
4P. Oh, his rifle is fast, meaning I gotta fire twice for each activation. All right, we'll just remember going forward. So only 1 hit on that one. Oh, hold on, I'm doing this wrong. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because I missed. So 1 harm on you.
Okay.
Your turn. Okay. Okay, here's where other Joe is going to fire the rocket. And it requires I think 2 actions. I think the slow. Yeah, slow, exhausted. So Joe is firing a rocket, and he is targeting the middle person. And let's see what that is. 5 dice. And it's an area of 3. So we'll start with this person. And I think you still do a luck. You just don't do any bonus dice. Joe has a luck of 2. So here we go. Joe needed to hit
5, right?
S's. Joe needed to hit 4s.
4s. 3.
So he got 3. So we'll take out the 5s. You roll 1 extra for this luck die and still didn't get anything. So 3 damage on that first guy, which is just 1 self-harm. And then we move to the next guy. Remove the 5s. We roll 1 extra for this. Still didn't do anything. That's such a feel bad. You know what I mean? I'm not sure I like this system.
System's kind of wonky.
I don't know if I like the system. So it's 3 hits, which again is just deterministic.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel. I want to roll once and boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like if, yeah, especially for something that's like exploding like this.
Okay, take these out, but his
Still.
luck dice hit.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
if you get these 2, it might be
there,
one.
and we got it. So we got 5.
5 on.
Which might be enough to kill this guy.
Yep. Yeah, that guy's dead.
Yeah, because he was already exhausted,
Yeah,
which I think helps.
Well, does it? I don't know
Let
what
me
that
see
does.
what the exhaustion thing does.
But regardless of that, he
Regardless.
only has 4E, and you had 5 basically successes, which gives him a injury. Right? Is it injury?
That's right. Injury plus. When
it's
you equal or greater,
yeah.
that's 1 injury and 1 harm, and he only had 1 injury,
He only has 1 health.
which equals 1 injury.
Right.
See, I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Okay, that guy wasn't named, right?
No.
So Joe did something. He caused a little damage to everybody. Good job, Joe, with the rocket there. But my guy's fully exhausted. Now, what about your guys? You got some more guys left.
I'm going to pass to take the initiative.
You not lucky bastard. So take that, and then that allows me to go as many times as I go, which means technically these guys can't go no more, even though they could if they wanted. Right. So, fat guy, do you think you could sacrifice yourself for your commander? Because I'm in here. I don't want Jay and his guy coming in here. So if I get fat guy to go 8 inches, he can tie up both people, meaning they would have to deal with you, fat guy, first. Yeah. And that gives me an opportunity to either run away or I could help him. Yeah. So I am making a executive decision, and fat guy is. It would probably be dumb to put him. It'd probably be dumb to put him in against both people. Yeah. So I'm gonna put him. Jay is champions. The boss. So you're probably. Oh, they're both equally as strong. But I want to stay away, so I'm just going to engage one. And if you want to fight me 2-on-1, I want you to have to move in.
Right.
Okay. So we got that. And then what else? I have Wastelander here can still fire a lot. So Wastelander is in a prime position to kill somebody, especially if Wastelander has fast. Wastelander has the combat rifle, which is fast, so it's technically up to 4 shots. So 4P. P is 4. So needing 4s. I'm going to shoot at this guy here. And luck 1. So needing 4s. I got 2 of them. And 1 luck. So 3 versus that guy. What's his endurance?
4.
4, so it didn't matter. Yeah. So it went to 2. And then here's the second shot because it's fast. Now, does that exhaust the token? No, we already determined that it doesn't. Yeah. So 2 hits with 1 on the luck. Yep. And so 3 hits. But again, 3 doesn't. We're looking for 4s.
Go to 3.
So that guy is about to die. Yep. So we'll flip this to... exhausted and take firing again to kill him. Nothing this time. Uh-oh, 1 more. Kill him.
Got him.
Got 2. 1 on the thing, which doesn't really matter. Yeah. So 3 hits, but I needed 4. But that's enough because he was already at 3 harm.
Right.
Yeah, Wastelander got 1. Wastelander saved. Who is this? The Ice Az and Lord Genon. Unfortunately, was not quick enough to save Elf 3, who died. Okay. And that looks to be the first turn of the game. So, it is the first turn. I'm gonna remove the worker. Yeah, so the game goes first turn. We're going into turn 2.
Yep.
And now we clear the tokens. Jay has the initiative token, meaning he will go first.
All right. Let's get this guy up. He's going to move over here.
Yep.
And then he's going to flame you.
Okay. All right. Flaming people inside the building. Let's see how the flame works. What's your special keywords on the flame?
Area 2.
Okay.
Oh, we've been forgetting the criticals.
Yep. Area 2, I don't think you're going to get both of the guys in both windows.
Yeah.
You're going to have to grab one guy.
No, definitely get both of them.
Sure. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
It's for,
I mean, I just kind of haphazardly placed them there, but that's my fault. If they're haphazardly placed, then guy's going to blow fire through the windows.
CQB.
Doesn't really
What's
look.
CQB? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, let me look it up. This weapon cannot be used if the target is outside its effective range. What's the range on?
6.
Okay. Are we within 6 inches?
Barely, yep. Just at 6.
Okay.
And then Ignite 3.
Ignite 3. I don't see Ignite anywhere. Let me go and look. Flamer. Ignite 3, Area 2, CQB. So you're rolling 4S
Right.
on your strength. We need to figure out what Ignite 3 is. At the start of the inflict damage step, the opposing player rolls X dice. For each one that scores higher than the target model's agility, the amount of damage is increased by 1. Okay, so it gives me a chance to jump out of the way. Otherwise, it's going to increase damage. So that's real deadly. So I have to hope that you don't roll well, I think.
All right. So the first guy,
Yeah.
we'll do the other guy first, and then we'll do AJ.
Hold on. Okay, so,
This
right,
guy
because you
first?
roll for
Yeah.
each one.
Yeah.
I'm the one closest to you, so we'll roll for the other guy.
I thought you're the one with the sword.
Yeah, I'm the one with
the one
sword.
with the sword's right here.
They both have swords.
They do?
Yeah. Well, in
can't see.
any case,
Okay.
you're doing me last.
Okay. So that's 3 hits, 2 luckies.
Okay,
are
roll
good.
2 more red dice.
Oh, the critical. That's the one where you'd have to take the test, right?
Yeah, that's the one that triggers the ignite.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so
ignite has been triggered.
Yep.
But you still need to roll 2 more reds.
2 more reds. Another critical.
Yeah, but I don't think it does anything. I'll look that up. But so what do you got total?
So
5 total.
Yeah.
Might be enough. Let's see. Hard KV endurance is 4. And he only has 1 wound, so he dies.
He dies. He gets flamed
So,
on.
no, he comes crashing out just like a Wild West, crashing out the window on fire. Ah, we did not see the flamer coming. Hard KV is down, and now it's Angry Joe's turn.
All right. Not as good, but
Oh, thank God.
I got 1 critical.
1 critical. 5.
Yeah, so 3 and 1 critical.
So hold on, the 5 hits
Yeah. 5's.
on S's.
Yep. That's my 5 is.
Oh, because you're a
Topped out.
well. Only the boss has a 5.
No. My top dogs have 5s.
Oh, your guys are better than mine?
Yeah, but
Son
my
of a bitch.
leader is not as good as yours. My leader only has a 5 instead of a 6.
I don't.
I thought
have
you
a
had a 6, right?
I got that's a 6 on a P.
Yeah, I don't even have that.
Yeah, so your top dogs are 5s.
Yep.
Got it. So 3 wounds,
And 1 critical.
1 crit. Where's the crit?
The 1? 1s are crits.
I think you have. I don't know if that crit allows you to roll an additional standard. I don't think you get a roll of additional standard and firing off the crit. I'll double check. You know what I mean?
No. this is the lucky dice, so I get to roll another one.
Yes, but when you roll crit on a lucky dice, I don't think it count. Or I guess it does have the symbol.
Right.
No, but it has a different symbol, is what I'm saying. So look at the symbol on this dice.
It's a bottle. I mean,
right.
It's still
Which what I think that means is that you're just getting that additional die roll, which is what gave you that 5 to bring it up to 3 hits, and you don't actually fire off the ignite, which requires this symbol on one of the other dice. So but I need to double check that. Not. Okay, but let's say without critical first, it's 3 hits, and I have endurance 5, so it's below. It would be 1 harm for right now. Now let's check to see if it hit the ignite, then I would need to roll dice. But if it did not hit the ignite, then we're done. For each luck die remaining in the pool, roll a standard die. Oh, okay. It's not symbols. For each luck die that made a hit, period, that's when you get to roll an additional die. Now we're looking at symbols, I think. Trigger critical effects. This step is only used when making an attack if there's at least 1 luck die remaining. Oh, so it's only luck. We've been doing that wrong. If there's at least 1 luck die remaining in the pool, the critical effect of the weapon being used in the attack is triggered. The player making the test resolves. So it doesn't even need a symbol.
Yeah, it does.
The weapon does not have a critical effect. Skip this. Yeah, it doesn't even need a symbol. So what's the point in getting a crit on a standard? I guess it's just it always hits no matter what.
Yeah, because it sounds like when you hit on a luck dice, that's your critical, right?
Yeah, basically criticals on standard dice don't do anything.
Right. It's only on
other than they hit. Actually, I think they do stuff because I think you're allowed to fire weapons outside of their range, because remember that one rule that says the flamer cannot fire outside of its range. No. So maybe you need crits on those standards in order to hit people. All right, but anyway, what that means is I need to take a ignite test, and I need to beat my agility. I need to fail agility. For each failed agility, I will take a wound. So I only have 3 wounds, which means if I fail all 3, Angry Joe bursts into flames. I need at least 1 or 2 5s or below. Here we go.
You got 1.
I only got a single 1, so I do burst into flames. I get 2 wounds on me of my 3 wounds. I only have 1 wound remaining, and I have 1 harm on me. So I am on fire right now, trying to pat myself. Flamers are really deadly.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Okay. Can you put a...
Where's my thing at? There it is. Purple.
Yeah, because it's a slow. Okay. Well, I'm about to lose my boss, and I don't want Angry Joe to die. So what I got to do is I got to try to kill that flamer. Angry Joe does have a plasma pistol.
Well, plasma is pretty powerful.
And it is pretty powerful. 5s or below. You're out in the open, buddy.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to blast that guy.
Risk I had to take.
It almost paid off. It almost paid off by 1 health.
Pretty much.
I need a... Well, I don't need it because I've got lucks to add here. I've got 6 dice with 3 lucks. And shooting my plasma pistol, it's CQB and fast. And it has meltdown if I do that. So I'm firing back from inside the...
what's up with the bloodworms? What are those?
So, right. Forgot to do the bloodworms. The bloodworms basically, if you use your one ploy, remember we have one ploy? Bloodworms attacked. Pick an enemy model that moved during this action and is on ground level and not a terrain feature. This model and each other model within 3 inches are attacked by bloodworms. Make an evade test, 3 agility. 3 damage, -1 for each hit scored. So if they score 2 hits, they only suffer 1 damage. So it's basically a 3 damage attack that you have to dodge with your agility. But that costs our ploy token, which are these. This
so you
thing.
just do it.
I have
whenever.
one, and you have one.
Yeah. Okay.
We just fire it off. Okay, so I'm going to fire this at you, plasma, and I need 5s or below.
1, 2.
Got 1. Got 2, but 1 is on a crit, so we'll roll a red. So fail. So 2 versus yours.
He's a
so
4.
Just 1 self-harm.
Yep.
But it is a fast weapon, so it gets
again.
to fire twice. Looking for, what was it, 5s?
5s, yeah. 2
Again, only 2, man. Joe cannot hit. But
Just-
he does
it-
have
it's just
1
gonna be,
red.
Yeah, it's just going to be another
that-
harm.
Another harm.
Cool.
That sucks. All right, I'll give him a exhaust.
Oh, it's
Or
because
give
you
him
just
a wary.
you
I
just
fired
yeah
one.
you just fired once. Yeah.
Here go.
All right. All right. I had to do it. I'm gonna go around and smack you.
Jay,
Yeah.
so you're breaking through a window?
Yeah, just like you did, right?
I
I mean,
went
I got
through the
enough.
front door.
I got enough room to go through the front if you want. That's fine too.
Okay, Jay is coming in, and so you've got the, so you're moving in. There's your exhaust. You don't get to attack yet. So now I have to choose to either shoot you point blank with my plasma pistol, or I have something called a shish kebab, which is, I don't know, let's look what it is.
I think it's like a sword, right?
Yeah. Shish kebab. That's 4S Ignite 2. What's better, a sword or a sword that happens to be on fire? The answer is always one that's on fire. Human engineering at its best, if you ask me. Well, what weapon do you have, Jay?
I have a Death Claw, and he's got the Buff Out and Psycho.
Oh, that's probably gonna kill me if I don't fucking do something about that. Death Claw and Buff Out Psycho. Death Claw. Death Claw. Death Claw Gauntlet. It's a 5 strength to my 4 strength, and it has maim. No, it has pierce. And wind up. I don't know what wind up is. That might fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might have to take multiple actions for wind up. Let's see. Wind up is making an attack action with this weapon. Add 2 bonus dice instead of 1 if the active model moved into engagement with the target during this turn. So you get 2 bonus dice. So it's about to fuck me bad.
7. Yeah, 7 dice.
7 dice. So I have to blow you away in 1 shot. Okay, well then the only thing that's going to do that is my plasma pistol. And I better roll good this time. CQB fast, meltdown. 4A, he has 3 luck. So 4 dice. And let's fire. Wait a minute. can I fire in while I'm engaged? You might have prevented me from firing the pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Where am I gonna find that? God dang it. Open fire. Unengaged models. So
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't shoot you with my pistol.
Yeesh.
I have to use my shish kebab
Okay.
and hope that my ignite, I can ignite you for 2, which,
Yeesh.
what was the ignite? Oh, you were
If you get
dodging.
a critical,
You're trying to dodge.
yeah, if you get a critical, I have to try to dodge it.
And you have 3 health?
Yeah.
I think I'm dead. But it's possible. All right, let's hit Jay first. This has to be 4 hits. Right? What's your endurance?
Endurance is 7 now because of my
What?
buff out.
Oh, you're on drugs?
Yeah. Normally it's 5, but now
you
it's
went
7.
up to 7.
Yeah.
So I have to hit 7 to kill or
Yeah.
to inflict 1 wound and 1 injury.
Right.
I have to hit 14 to kill you outright.
Yeah, outright, yeah.
No, that's not happening. I don't even think I can kill you. Okay, I tell you what. There's something else I could do. Rocket launcher, no, that would get me too. Sniper
could.
rifle.
Let's just say fuck it.
I'm just trying to save
Trying to
Angry
kill-
Joe here.
Yeah.
But I don't
kill
think
both of
so.
y'all.
I think Jay managed to get up. Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, okay. I thought I engaged you, but I made a bad mistake. I said, I'm not engaging both
Right.
of you. I'm
Right.
engaging
When
one
you
of
did
you,
that.
which left Jay open.
Right.
So I made that mistake. All right, here we go. Hitting you first then. What did I need? I did get my ignite.
Yeah.
And I needed.
Oh,
I
Did you
needed
get that ignite?
fives.
Ignite because you said it's only on the lucky dice.
No. It is. Oh. No.
You said 'cause
It
the
was
regular-
reversed. That's not how it was. If any lucky dice get through, then you're rolling an additional dice. I see what you're saying. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be fiddly as
know.
fiddly as this. All right.
Look at criticals.
Yeah, but critical is like in a different section.
Yeah.
There it is. Trigger critical effect. This step is used only when making an attack test. When making any other kind of test, if there's at least 1 luck die remaining in the pool, the critical effect of the weapon being used in the attack is triggered. So that to me says that you don't even need those symbols. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it said. That's what it sounds like. So if your luck dice didn't miss at all or missed
Then-
at all,
then
then
you
you wouldn't
ignite.
get it. Then you wouldn't get it.
Oh, right.
Right.
If all your luck die miss, you wouldn't get the critical effect.
Right.
But I have 2 hits on the luck dice,
Right.
which is going to roll 2 more reds, actually. 5s are below. Got 1 more here. So I gave you a 4, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But you're on drugs right now at a 7, so you only take 1 harm.
Yep.
But you also got ignited, so roll 2 dice.
Crit. And it's my A, right?
It's against your agility, which is
5.
So 5s are below, and you dodge out of the way.
No.
No, you take 2 wounds. All I needed to do was do 1 wound to you,
Yeah.
and you would have died.
Well, if you survive, you can shoot me with somebody else.
I'm not going to survive. Oh, yeah. No, you'll be dead. You're sacrificing yourself to kill me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Well, I'm done, so it's your turn, so finish me off.
Uh,
Unless you want to use somebody else.
yeah, I'll just finish you off. Let's
All
make
right.
it quick.
So how many dice is it?
Okay, so I need some of those red dice.
Yeah.
So it's 5S.
You have 3 luck, right? So replace
Okay.
3 of those.
5S.
5.
Plus 2 for Psycho. Give me one more.
You got 1 more red.
Yeah, 2 for Psycho, and then 2 for the charge.
Wait, what? Oh, because
I charge.
the hand?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The Pierce thing.
So you do 5 by default because of the weapon.
Right.
2 for the Psycho. 2 for the Death Claw.
Right. And then
well, so you need 2
one,
reds.
1 black. Give me 1 black. Take 3.
So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should have 9 dice, and 3 of them should be blacks.
Right.
Or luck.
1, 6, 7. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And I need 5s.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. How many? Show me.
So these are the lucks.
Okay.
This goes away because that's a 6.
That 4 luck also hits.
Yeah. That's a 3.
I want to see how many you can do, because I'll tell you, Jay, I don't like the system. I don't like the
don't care for it too
rolling
much.
and then the re-rolling and then. Okay, so you got right off the bat, you got 7. Wait,
2, 4, 6, 8.
so you got 8 hits, not counting. You rolled 3 lucks.
Right.
So you need to roll 3 more die. 3.
Oh, that was 1. I already rolled 1 and that missed.
Okay, you rolled it 1 and then these 2.
Those both missed.
So you missed all of your luck additionals.
Yeah.
So it's still just 8. 8 versus my endurance of 5. That's 1 or higher. So I take 1 wound and 1
What's
one
Pierce?
harm.
What is Pierce?
But I could only take 1 wound because I had been on fire.
Right.
So you kill me. Remove my mini.
What's Pierce though? Just out of curiosity.
Ah! Pierce is. Was that the Death Claw that can pierce?
Yeah. Oh no. No, never mind.
No, it cannot. No. That's your upgraded version or something?
That is no, that is the claw. That is the claw because I only have the pistol and the claw. So
All right. Unfortunately, we were overwhelmed in the saloon. Both Hard KV and me died a glorious death. That flamer really that came up and did that really cool cinematic thing. I like the things that are happening. I just don't like the rolling process. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's a long path. The combat resolution seems like it's long.
Yeah,
and
it seems like it's
tedious.
long. Now I do think I'm going to win the battle because I've got
Yeah.
a nice setup here with Melissa, Alex, and other Joe firing. Now let's go ahead and try to kill these people. So that guy has 2 harm. This flamer is about to die.
Yeah.
So let's try to take him out. Let's have Alex shoot that flamer down. And Alex is firing with 4P. Can I have all the dice?
Yeah.
Or some of the dice. I just need 4 reds.
There you go.
Alex has 2 luck. And that's a fast rifle 24. Here we go. Alex needed
Oh, yuck. That's nothing.
6s. Alex missed completely, but luckily assault rifles fired twice.
Those times.
And this time
1.
it's only 1.
So he goes to 3.
3. Yeah, that was real bad. Your turn.
All right. Let's smack this person right here with the sledge.
Okay, this was I think fat guy on the bus who was trying to save me. If you can take this fat guy, and hit him back, I think you'd be able to kill him.
What's unwieldy 5? I know wind up is the 2 if you run in, but I
Unwieldy
didn't run
sounds
in.
bad. Unwieldy. If a model makes an attack action with his weapon and its strength is lower than the X in parentheses, the attack test cannot gain any bonus dice.
No, I'm gonna strength the same.
Okay.
All right. So, what is main?
Okay. At the end of the inflict damage step, the target suffers 1 harm automatically.
Oof. So you already get 1 harm.
Yes.
All right. So it's 4S. He has 2 luck. All right, let's see what we got.
What do you have to hit?
I have to hit 5s.
S's?
Yeah, 5s.
Okay.
I got 2. One's a crit, so here's this one. Nope. So 2.
2, okay. That's only going to cause a harm, and
Yep.
then the self-harms will give me a 2.
Yep. All right.
Okay, our fat guy is going to hit you back. Let's see. Oh, wait, fat guy does not have a close combat weapon. He had a shotgun. So what I would need to do is
Back up. Yeah.
do that action, which is called retreat or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then later on, shoot you in the face with a shotgun.
Right.
But let's see what the action means. Try to unengage or whatever.
Right there.
Back off. The model disengages from the enemy. But I want the detailed explanation. Moves 2 inches. Okay. So as long as it doesn't end up in some other enemy model's proximity, it can do it. And then later. But I think there's probably more advantageous stuff to do right now.
Yeah, because he's already gone. So
He's
you're not
already
worried about
gone. And
He's
that
gone
flamer's
once,
already gone.
But he's only gone once. So
oh,
he can,
shit, you're right.
I can smack you again.
Well, no, then I've got to get out right now. So I'll go 2 inches that way.
Yeah. So
That's 3 inches.
2 inches.
There you go. Your turn.
All
Okay, fat guy on a bus decides to back off.
right. I'm gonna shoot right there. Those guys are both not haven't
Not
had
harmed.
any. Yeah, not harmed at all. I'm gonna shoot right there.
Okay, this guy firing at, I guess we'll choose him,
Yep.
which is Lord Genon.
So it's fast. What's Storm 2? I need Storm 2. And it's Suppress 2.
Well, suppress is if at the end of inflict damage I roll dice, if any of them score higher than my intelligence, I suffer fatigue.
Oh, okay.
But that's, I think, only if you crit.
Yes.
Storm. When making an attack with this weapon, add X bonus dice if the target is within half of the weapon's effective range. For example, if the weapon rifle 10 inches, would get it in 5 inches.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'd have to move.
Yeah.
All right. So he is 3P. 1.
What's your P?
Luck. P is 4. I got 2. One's a
Yep.
a crit, so that's a crit now. So, come on. Nope. So 2.
Okay, only 2, which is 1 self-harm. However, it is suppress.
Yep.
What is the
Suppress
suppress
2.
parentheses?
2.
Okay, so Lord Genon is going to have to take an intelligence test of 5 or below to succeed. Succeeds on 1, fails on 1.
So he takes a fatigue.
I think he takes 1 fatigue. The target suffers a fatigue, yeah. So he gets, that sucks. That's cool.
That's kind
I
of
like
cool.
that
yeah.
mechanic because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like me
kinda cool.
ducking.
Yeah.
You know,
It takes up your turn for you to duck or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Because
pretty
now I'd want to fire back,
Right.
but we'll go ahead and try to kill this guy before he does anything smart. Let's see what a shotgun can do. No, we've got a combat rifle, which I think is better. Marksman rifle or a combat rifle? Which one is better?
A marksman gets 5 dice, but it takes up an entire activation, or 4 dice with this one with fast. So combat rifle, firing 4 dice, 1 luck at this guy. It's fast, so I get 2 shots. What?
I didn't get my second shot for my fast. Go ahead.
I don't. What is your fast? I don't think this has fast.
Yeah.
And suppress.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? What kind
Storm
of gun
2.
is that?
It's a assault rifle. Auto rifle.
Okay.
Let me roll this real quick.
How many points is that guy?
That guy is 27 points. He's pretty expensive. So 1. So just flip it to 2. We're good.
All right, so that guy had that fast, so he'll fire twice, so that's why that converted. Okay, now here's my shot to you. It was only 2 hits, one of them a crit. So just 2 hits with one of them a crit.
Yeah, so
Maim. Maim. My thing has maim.
Ooh, nice.
What is maim? It was the auto hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this goes to 3 because of the maim. All right, and then gonna finish you off with the second shot from that. No, yes, from the second shot.
Yeah, second shot.
Got
4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're probably dead, and then we roll 1 additional red, which is not a hit. So 4 with maim, which kills you.
Yep.
Was that a maim? Was that a named person?
No.
Okay. All right, we're doing okay on this flank. I am worried about that guy. He's got a powerful gun, but other than that, on this flank, I think we're good. We've also got backup from the ice and then we've got our 3 guys here. It's your turn.
All right. Oh shit! I'm gonna shoot him again.
Okay.
Flip it over to the purple. There you go. Looking for 4s. Ooh. I got 2, but the crit missed. So just flip it to 3, and I'm gonna shoot again. Oh, I missed completely. You're lucky.
Oh, I got lucky. Yeah. So lucky.
All right. Here you go.
Okay. He's exhausted, so he will live another day. We can have these 2 kill him later.
Yep.
Okay, Alex is gonna kill the flame. No, there's other people I think I can kill. I can have fat guy try to see what a shotgun does for the first time. Shotgun is 4p. Fat guy has 1 luck. 4p. Storm 1. In that range, it is a, what is it, a bonus die? Yeah. And then maim. So shotgun firing. I have a shotgun this time. And I needed
4s.
P. Needed 4s. So I got 3 4s with 1 crit. And that's nothing. So 3.
It just goes to 3.
Well, your 2 goes to a 3, and then you take the maim, you die.
No, he doesn't die. Oh, yeah, he already had 1. He's good.
Yeah, that shotgun blasted him away. All right, fat guy say, got a kill. Nice. Your go.
All right.
wrecked. Thank you, fat guy. You're still here, bro. Good.
You're not gonna be here
You don't
very
deserve it,
long.
puppy. And you have a vendetta for Jay. I got enough. If Genon deserted, then I will put you in.
Okay.
Okay.
No, he's already dead. He can't come in. He doesn't get extra life.
Jay says no, Taboons. You're dead. You had your chance.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything for the team, so that's it, man. I'm sorry.
All right, Alex is trying to take out the flamer. Alex with 2 luck and 2 dice. Rifle fast. He's going to get 2 shots. This should kill the flamer. Of course, I spoke too soon. Let me check this.
The 5 should hit.
5 does hit. So, and then 1 that was on a crit. So 2 hits.
Okay, so it goes up to 4 or 1 wound.
1 wound and 1 self-harm. So put him at 1 self-harm because there's always 1 wound and 1 self-harm. When is it? And then the final shot. 2. So we're gonna roll 2 red dice. And these, see, nothing comes on statistically. Okay, so 3 versus
goes
yours.
up to 2.
Goes it? So no, doesn't kill.
No, not yet.
Because he was a
He's a top dog.
commander or top
Champion.
dog or whatever.
Champion, what they call him.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. We're going to shoot with this guy. He's got the sawed-off shotgun.
Oh, I'm sorry, fat guy. So you just shotgunned somebody, but now you're about to get shotgunned. Do you know what the sawed-off does? I never
Hold
gave
on.
you the stats. I can give it to you now.
I've got it. It's right here. So it's Storm 2.
Yeah, Storm 2,
And
you
main.
are within that. So put
Yeah.
2 red die, bonus dice in there. So you start with 4P. You're going to be at 6P.
Yep. And he's got, give me
With
one
main.
more red. And he's got 1. Yeah, 1 luck. No, 2 luck. 2 luck. There we go. Looking for, what's S, right? Or A?
That is
P. Okay,
P.
so 4s. Oof.
if he misses everything, or if he misses a good amount, he does. He only got 3 hits
3.
with no crits.
Nope.
But 3 hits versus my endurance
Still.
of 4 does not flips me to 3.
4 or 3, yeah.
3. But then maim,
maim kills
but
him.
nope, the maim doesn't kill me because you didn't have a
crit, yeah.
Barely survive. You are bleeding. You have so many buckshot in your belly, but there is a potential that you can get away.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I would have to find somebody else to shoot him. Okay, and I do have somebody here. We can get, let's see, Melissa. Well, she's got, let's see, a shot on the
Either one.
flamer. Let's try to kill the flamer. The flamer is a problem. Melissa has her, oh, it's that shitty thing. I can get 5 dice, but that takes her whole turn. I think I should do it. Yeah, we're gonna take her whole turn, do 5 dice, and she needs 4s, and then suppress 3, whatever that's gonna be. So sniper shot, here we go. So
1.
that's a failure. That's a failure, and that's a, what the? Oh, but then we can maybe get a 2. Yeah, we got 2 out of it.
Yeah.
And your like endurance is what, 4? Something like a top dog endurance is 4. So you just
Go to 3.
go to 3. But that's Melissa's complete turn because she took an aim. However, I did hit you with that suppress 3.
So yeah, I got to
Go
do
test
3.
against your intelligence, and then you will get a fatigue. And since you already have a fatigue, I don't think it does anything.
Yeah, because you can only ever get 2.
Yeah. Okay. Your turn.
All right, so my last guy will run over here. Yeah, I get you.
Within engagement?
Yeah.
Did he have?
8.
And then what's his?
He's got a bat. He's
Yeah,
got a
but-
bat and a pistol.
Okay. But was he already on wary?
No, he's hasn't done
All
anything.
right, give him wary now. And then let me go. Okay. Fat guy, say, are you still here? They're all grouped around me. OJ will avenge us. Fat guy, you know what I'm about to do, right?
Yeah, kill everybody.
I'm going to kill everybody with OJ with your permission.
It's a 3. Is it a 3?
Yeah,
Is it 3-inch?
3-inch. It should get all.
You
it
can
should
get everybody.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you like point it like right here.
Okay. So,
So like
other
right
Joe is pointing his thing right there. Oops.
here, and then the blast would get everybody.
What did I do?
That'd be fine. Definitely kill the flamer. There it goes.
All right, so we're targeting that black dice, and that's going to engulf everyone, including black guys say, or fat guys say. Roposia, thank you for 28 months.
What?
Okay, so we need to make a roll against every single miniature. So we're going to roll against fat guys say first. Other Joe is he's lucky, so this is not good. He's get 2 black dice. 2 red 3 red dice, so it's 5 dice total for this rocket, and the rocket has maim, so
Wait
no
a
matter what,
How many?
it's gonna kill you because the rocket has maim.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Let's see
though.
how bad it kills you.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
So it's a. What's the test?
Test, it's S
S what?
S5
S5
or S4.
S4. But you have 5 dice, right?
Yes,
Why do you have 5 dice?
it's 5S. 5S, area 3, slow, and maim.
That's your guy.
No, you see, remember I wrote them reversed. I'm remembering I wrote them reversed.
Oh,
These are
okay.
pistols, and this is heavy because I was just writing down the rocket launcher.
Okay.
for it.
All right.
So rocket launcher against fat guy say. We needed, what was it, 4s,
Fours,
right?
right?
So it's 4s. It's
got
harder
one.
than I thought.
One.
I only got 1. Still only 1. But
that-
one gives him 1
Yeah.
plus maim. Not that guy.
No?
We were rolling against fat guy say.
Oh, okay.
So 1 and then a maim is 2 harm. You can't take 2 harm.
Yeah.
Fat guy is dead.
Yeah, he's
However, hopefully, with your noble sacrifice, other Joe will have killed everyone else. Let's see that first guy up there.
What, the flamer?
No, the first guy
This
up
guy?
there.
Okay.
Yeah. On 4s, nothing, Joe.
You got 1, right?
I got 1.
Yeah.
So one bit, but then 1 maim, so
Yeah,
that's
so
2. A times 2.
Yep.
And then on the other guy with the purple, closest to him,
Right here?
yeah,
Okay.
that guy has no damage on
No.
him. Let's see a fucking hit, Joe. Come on. Under 4. We
2.
only got 2. One of them is a crit. We can get maybe 3. Don't get 3, so just 2.
Okay.
So it's a times 2, and then finally
A flamer.
killing the flamer. Tell me at least you killed the flamer.
If you just get 1, he's done.
So Joe needed 4s. He only got 1 hit.
But that's all he
plus
That's all he needed.
just a crappy ass rocket. But that's all he needed in order to kill that guy, because that guy was really, really
Yeah,
hurt.
he's on the last one.
But that's fine, because times 2 on those guys is good, because
Yeah.
you times 2 them again, they die. So thank you, fat guy, say for that glorious, glorious death.
1 for 1?
1 for 1. No.
Even trade?
It wasn't. It was better than even, because we killed 1 and then did 2 damage to
Mm.
each. Oh, I see. I killed my own guy.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Nothing. I take.
You do have that one guy there.
Yeah, I'll pass and take initiative.
Okay, pass, taking initiative. Damn, that sucks. I didn't want you to do that. Okay, let's kill this guy here. I've got 2 people here. Let's fire with, it's not Tavoons. It is Lord Genon with a marksman rifle, which, that's that shitty one. I have to take an aim, which is +3. So, 5 dice with only 1 luck. Suppress 3, though. And this is on a 4. Yeah, 4. So 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, but no lucks made it through, so there will be no suppressing. So that goes to a 2.
Yep.
And then she will, not she, Wastelander will fire. It's fast. It's a rifle. This should kill you. 2 shots from the rifle on 4s. Not a single 4.
Wow.
Second round,
Got 1.
2.
Oh, 2, yep.
Okay, just 2.
It goes to 3.
Doesn't kill him?
No, not yet. Because he's gone to 3.
Fuck.
We need to go to 4.
Well, then we're going to have to use
the last.
the last one here
Okay.
to fire. That is the Ice As. You know, it feels like I haven't used the Ice As like ever in this game. I don't know about this game system here. Oh, the Ice As has that. Okay, this is the shotgun that I just used. I haven't been using that. We'll say this is the shotgun, so can't fire. I have to get in closer. So
Okay.
that was the movement with red. Now I can fire with the last bit. So this is a shotgun.
Okay.
Shotgun, hitting on a 4P with 1 black. Storm 1, no. But there is a maim. So, oh, I kill you. 2 hits.
Yep.
And then with the maim, that's enough to
No. There's
kill.
no.
Yep.
No maim. No crit on that one. I mean, it still kills me, but there's no maim.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Because there's no luck die that
Right.
carried over. All right.
All right, I'm gonna retreat.
Yep.
I'm gonna retreat.
Jay, I can tell Jay has had enough.
I've only got 3 dudes left, and I gotta save myself.
Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can get a turn summary here of 2. So,
That's the end of 2, basically.
okay, at the end of turn 2, here's what happened. I moved Wastelander up here, shotgunned, killed that last guy hiding behind the barrel who the Ice As and Lord Genon were working on the whole time. That person died. Over here, Jay did some work killing me in the house by barging in there and hitting me with a death claw. I hit him with a shish kebab at first, but not enough to kill him. Jay did kill me with the death claw, and then we just immediately were firing in there to try to get some revenge. Other Joe, it was actually Fat Guy Say who tried to lock people up, but I did the lockup wrong, and Jay was able to get around. So as Fat Guy kind of messed up, he said, Joe, fire a rocket in my direction, get them all. And Joe fired the rocket and did ×2 harm to everybody, plus killing the flamer. So we're in pretty good position to win. The only problem is Alex, Melissa, and Other Joe are right here. They will survive. Angry Joe will die. And Jay will survive and run away. Angry Joe might not be dead because there's like, you know, since it's a campaign, well, maybe he rolls on an injury table. I'm going to check that in just a minute. But Jay was obliterated. We got 3 guys here, 3 guys here. Well, that's it, right? So not obliterated. That was my 6 guys to Jay's. How many?
3 left.
3. That's you and these 2 here.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, let's see what happens actually in between each of these.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, now that the game has concluded, we look at the story which goes in between these games.
The story sheet. In all games of Fallout Factions, the crew that plays are linked together in an ongoing narrative arc. Quest line. You have some goals. Achieving a goal. The story phase. Treat the wounded. Each player checks to see whether any of their incapacitated models suffer any long-term effects. So let's do mine first.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you yours.
Here's your dude right here.
There are 4 guys. I have 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's my 10th?
Right here.
These are the people that were hurt. We're going to do in a row here. First one is Elf 3. Elf 3 rolling on a D10. Okay. And since I'm going to roll on this die, because there's a skull and bones, we're going to say the skull and bones is dead, and the 1 is the 10. Okay, here we go. 4, Elf 3. 2, serious injury. The model suffers a serious injury as described below. Roll again on the chart. 6, slowed. The model's agility is penalized. So then I go to agility penalized. I don't see an area on here that I can mark. Penalized statistics. Reduce the statistics value by 1. Write an asterisk in the same box to show that this is a temporary reduction. Okay, so Elf's agility, right?
Yeah.
Which was 3 goes down asterisk to a 2.
Okay.
Okay, next is hard KV. Hard KV, serious injury. Resting up. Mark the absent box on the model's roster. It will not be able to take part in this particular story phase or the next game. Next is Fat Guy Say. Fat Guy Say, serious injury. 4, shaken. Your charisma has been penalized, Fat Guy Say. Your 4 goes down to a 3.
Not very likable.
And finally, Angry Joe. This will be funny.
Same thing.
Serious injury. 2, impaired. My perception is penalized. My perception was a 6. My highest stat, it's now a 5. All right.
All right. All right, let's do this first cycle with the sledgehammer.
Your whole
Yeah,
team,
the whole team.
basically.
This one right there first. 10. What's 10?
Or did you roll a legit 10? Lesson learned. The crew gains an experience point.
1 XP.
Oh, so I actually did my rolls wrong. There's a grunt table and a champion table.
Oh.
So the grunt table, where I took a bunch of serious injuries, those are all clean bill of health.
Oh, okay.
On the Angry Joe table, I took a serious injury
Oh, okay.
in my perception. So none of that really happens. Okay, you basically the 1 means you're dead. 2 through 9 is nothing.
And then what's 10? Is
Lesson learned.
Plus-
you get an experience point.
plus an XP. Oh.
Yeah, I guess. Well, see, that's kind of lame. That means that for the majority of your crew, 7 of your crew,
Yeah.
nothing's really gonna happen. I don't even know if you need to roll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of pointless. So instead, let's do the rest of the wrap up here.
Okay.
Resolve story outcomes. Adjusting control. The story sheet tracks a crew's control. So basically, I now control that area, the blood gulch, and yippity doo dah. Update the crew's total control box by totaling their control along all 5 locations. If the crew's control total is higher than their control limit, they must reduce. Clear chems. All common chems are cleared from your roster. If you have any rare chems, they may keep them or sell them. So you lose all your you lose all of your chems except for rare chems.
Okay.
You make story actions to represent what they are up to in their downtime between fights. Each crew can now make 2 story actions. These actions do not involve the other crew at all, so players can work through them at the same time. But players should make aware each of the actions they are choosing and witness each other's die results. A full list of story actions are found on page 40 to 41. Story actions. Okay, you have a choice to recuperate, recruit, barter, scout, train. Training is where you upgrade quality or modify weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 choices. What do you want to do?
Scout. What's scout?
Scout. You get scout points, and that'll get you, better scavenging re-rolls when you scavenge things on the map. Okay, let's say scout. What's the second thing you want to do? Upgrade weapons.
Train.
Train.
Yeah,
So
train.
the number of experience points. Let's see. The crew puts to work your crew. When a player makes this action, they can spend their crew's experience points to purchase upgrades for any of the models that took part in the previous game, except those that are now absent. A model cannot have more than 1 upgrade purchased for. The number of experience points that are spent to purchase an upgrade depends on whether a model is a champion or a grunt. You need to spend 1 to 2 points to upgrade a grunt. Then consult the crew's training table, roll 2 dice, and apply that. Roll 2 dice.
Here. 6 and a 5.
Well, I didn't say roll 2 dice when this chart only has 1.
Or is it roll it twice? Roll it 2 times, maybe?
Oh, roll 2 dice and choose 1. Okay, so you either got a... Oh, you rolled a 5 and a 6?
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Is it?
So 5 and a 6 is increase your charisma by 1 point.
Yay.
Yay. All right, now I do 2 story actions. I'm going to upgrade my weapon. Joe's rocket launcher is going to be upgraded. I need to spend scrap. Let's say I got scrap and I upgrade it. But ta-da! Now I'll upgrade Angry Joe. I either get a 10 or a 1, or 10 or a 2. I'll take the 2 because my strength goes up by 1. Yay! All right, and then what else? This is the stuff in between.
complete a quest. If a player has achieved all the goals for their current quest, so like you pick a quest, secretly as you're going, and then you do that. Neither of, since it's our first game, neither one, have done, and that's it. Right. Okay, my God. That is Fallout new factions. Can you clear your dice?
Yeah, sure can.
What'd you think of Fallout factions Nuka World?
It was all right. It's all right. Man, the combat resolution is just kind of painful.
Yeah, I wish
it was a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's like. Is
that lightning?
I heard something pop.
Yeah, I heard something pop too. Yeah.
So we heard something pop when the lights went off. That's not good.
That's crazy.
Huh. Well, hopefully it's not anything super important. Hopefully my computers are all right.
We'll find out in a bit.
This computer's all right.
Yeah, this one's okay.
Huh. All right, Fallout factions. I like the ideas behind it. It gets a little fiddly with all the fatigue and the harm and the wording on that.
Yeah,
that's a little confusing.
Yeah.
The rolling resolution, again, I think it's better than Wasteland Warfare. Imagine this just even more complex.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. One of these days we're going to have to play it. Because I have a Skyrim starter set in that more complicated system. It's called Wasteland Warfare, and then they have a Skyrim, which is a call to arms. So I was hoping to like it more than I ended up liking it.
I agree. I mean, I like it. I love the...
I was going to run out and buy some more Brotherhood of Steel and this and that when I was reading through the rules. But after this, I think I'm going to continue to play the starter set to see whether I like it or not. As far as the campaign system, it's all right.
It's all right. It's a little bit long, and it seems everything in this game seems like it's long and drawn out.
Yeah, I think unfortunately I'd rather play like Necromunda, which is another campaign system in this kind of thing. So unfortunately, I think Fallout Factions is just an average game.
Yeah.
Because you can get faster.
Oh, yeah.
We can play this faster, and we can figure things out. This was literally our first game. I'm just a big fan of rolling and being done.
Yeah. Roll once.
Boom. It's
roll
pretty
twice,
clear.
Maybe.
Maybe one or two special rules here and there on the card.
But it seems like ranged. Range definitely seems like it has a little bit of advantage.
Yeah. The fast.
Yeah.
Key word. I'm firing twice for each one of my actions.
4 times, yeah.
That's 4 shots before the end of a turn.
And
you have to run and do nothing. There's not even a charge.
Yeah.
We might have played that wrong. Let us know if we're playing that wrong. That, like, let's say if you get in engagement range, you can immediately do a follow-up, exhaust, and hit.
Yeah.
But even if it was that way, I would still say 4 shots versus you're running and charging.
Yeah. That one smack. Yeah.
I don't know. It's closer, but I still think it leans towards range.
Yeah. Well, you just said it right there. 4 shots versus 1 shot.
Yeah, that you have to set up.
Yeah.
And that's if it even works that way.
Yeah, and all my guys were close combat guys.
Bummer. I spent I think the Fallout Faction set. What is it? Let's check. Hey, thank you so much, Bodie7. Bodie7, I love that, Bodie7. $83 on Amazon, but then you have to assemble it and put it together. So, all right.
It's a decent price.
It's a decent price for a starter set.
Yeah.
You get a little terrain. You get some miniatures and stuff. But I just wish I liked the resolution, the combat resolution a little more.
Yeah. It's got good bones, but
yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us a little bit, participating in the game. Some of y'all, Hard KV, Fat Guy on a Bus, Elf 3, Lord Genon, The Ice Az, Wastelander, and Tavoons.
and his goat.
All right, guys. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. There's an angry review up. Check out the angry review up on Mind's Eye, the worst game of 2025. Superman on Tuesday night. I can't wait. I'm so fucking excited. That's Tuesday night. The boys will be here Monday. We'll do the news for you. And we might play a game, a little quick game maybe. And then Tuesday we'll probably stream something before we go to Superman. And yeah. See you guys later.
Thanks,
Bye.
Taboo.
See you tomorrow.